Well, looks like it's about time to start this stream. Good evening, everybody. I'll send a good evening in the chat so everyone knows when they arrive. Looks like we have one person on so far. Anyway, let's get started. So, by the way, for those who are just joining now, and for those who are watching the recorded stream, thank you very much for joining. Thanks for coming on tonight, or whenever you're watching this afterwards, maybe. My name is Anthony. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally. My hometown is Atlanta, Georgia. Deb says hi. Hi, Deb. Nice to see you. So where are you from? Where is Deb from? Let me know where you're from. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, in the U.S. At the moment, I live in Milan. I'm Deborah from Geneva. I've been to Atlanta. You've been to Atlanta? Interesting. When? And why also? I'm interested to know why. At the moment, by the way, I live in Milan and I work at MIAS, obviously. But I work at MIAS Milano Montenegro School. Laura said, Deb, I was there for work. Oh, okay. You were in Atlanta, Georgia for work. Interesting. Laura. Hi, Anthony. I'm Laura from Naples, but at the moment I live in Verona. Nice. Verona is a fantastic city. And Naples is the home of pizza. So it's a fantastic place, yeah. Last November you were there. Wow. Valeria, who is this? Valeria from Busto Arsizio, I guess? Deb, I could only visit Coca-Cola factory. Wow. Well, actually, I'm very glad that you were able to visit Coca-Cola. It's the best thing to do in Atlanta, honestly. What else? In Atlanta, there is a huge aquarium. Actually, the largest aquarium in the world. That's what they say. The largest aquarium in the world. Who knows? But we also have the busiest airport in the world. So a few things in Atlanta. Atlanta Hawks, if you like sports. Well, we have a few people here. We have some people from Verona, Genova. So we got Busto. Cool. Really nice to see you guys this evening. So I have a question for you. Maybe it's a difficult question. But what is the first thing you're going to do when this whole quarantine situation is over? What do you think is the first thing you're going to do when you can finally leave your house and go outside? For me, I'm going to a pizzeria to get a pizza. It's been a long time since I had like a really good pizza, you know? It's been a while. I mean, we can make pizza here, but it's not the same. If you go to a real pizzeria, you get something much better. So tell me about you guys. It seems there's a little bit of a lag at the moment. Oh, Ariana. Hi, Ariana from Bari. Wow. Bari is supposed to be very nice. I'll go to visit my recent born nephew. Oh, wow. Nice. A newborn baby. Fantastic. Then I'll go to my parents. I have not seen them so long due to this quarantine. They live in Bergamo. Oh, wow. I will go to it. Yeah, I got you. Or I'm going. Yeah. Nice. I lived in Bergamo actually in the past. I've lived in Milan for the past 6 months. But before that, I lived in Bergamo for 3 years. Great city. I love the Città Alta. Really great place. Huh. So I'll wait for your other responses and see what you guys have to say, what your ideas are for your plans. But we have quite a few things to cover today in this focus. It's very interesting. Hopefully this information will be new for you guys. Some of it should be. It's called In the News. Deb says yes. Yes, cool. In the news. All right. Ariana, I'll go to the sea and drink a beer. and then to my parents. Yeah. First, the sea is first. The sea, beer, then parents. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Good job, Ariana. Okay. So today we're talking about the news, right? We have a little bit of subject-verb agreement and collective nouns. These things are pretty cool. I wish I could go to the US just to visit my family after this, but Laura, Ariana, your plan sounds perfect. Yeah. Great plan. Because probably the end of this quarantine will be the beginning of summer or the middle of summer, I think. Probably July. July, maybe. We will be free to go. Yeah, there you go, Laura. I would definitely go to Puglia too. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Puglia would be great. Especially if you live there. I think it's Ariana. Said in Bari, yeah. So you live near the sea, nice place. Cool. So we have tons of things in this focus. News, subject, verb, agreement, collective nouns. All right, so enough talk about the sea and drinking beer, but we need more serious talk right now, I think. Don't you agree? In the news. Do you agree with these opinions? Why or not? I think news programs are unnecessary. It's always bad news. Is that true or false? I mean, in your opinion, what do you think? You can let me know for the first one, the second one. Number 2, I like reading the news in the morning. I like to be informed and discuss what's happening in the world. Okay. Third one, I think news stories influence people too much. I partially agree with this one. Yeah. Oh, Deb, would you mind speaking loudly, please? Oh, sorry. My microphone is a little low. Okay. So, we're discussing these 4 points. What do you feel about? How do you feel about these points? What is your opinion on these things? I only read the local news. Who cares about what's happening in other countries? So, yeah, no problem, Deb. So, which one of these describes you? Which do you think is a good description of you? Which one do you agree with or partially agree with? Or maybe you agree 100% with one of them. I personally don't read the news very often. I mean, these days, yes, I'm reading the news a bit more, obviously. I think all of us are. But do you think it is influencing people too much? And how much danger is there these days of fake news? I think there's a lot. Some people trust the news too much, maybe. So I'll just give you a few minutes to talk about what you think. in the comment section. Valeria, look at that. I like reading the news in the morning. I usually listen to the radio while going to work. Okay, not bad. Deb, I agree with 2 and 3. In particular, I think that fake news is really dangerous. Of course. Yeah. Definitely, I do not agree with 1 and 4. Yeah, number 1, of course, news programs are very necessary. I don't see who would agree with that for me. And then number 4, you said, yeah, you need to be concerned with the world news, because it doesn't seem like it sometimes, but it does affect everyone. Like, nobody thought that in 2 months or less, the world would be shut down because of a virus. Look at that. Crazy. But yeah, when people can scare themselves reading too much in the news. So let's see, maybe we have some more opinions coming through. Let me know what you think, how you feel about this information, and where do you find your news? Is there a particular website or TV channel you find is better than other ones? Or maybe you've heard some interesting fake news stories. Ariana, I agree with the second sentence. Reading news and being able to discuss is necessary in order to understand what there is around us. Yeah, and it's a topic for a conversation. Yeah, for me personally, I'm particularly very bad at reading the news. Like, really bad. I don't look at the news at all. So many of my friends, many people start talking about a story. They start talking about an event, and I don't know what they're talking about. Good news and being able to discuss it. So we're using it as a subject there. Yeah, very good. Okay, so let's not get too scared or too wrapped up in fake news stories. Oh, do you know that term? To be wrapped up. I usually listen to NES on the TG at lunch and dinner time. I would like to read some newspapers. Okay. I don't know what NES is. NES. NES on the TG. Or TV. Okay. I usually listen to news on the TV. Okay. I think I got it. Sorry. News. Yeah. Don't worry, Deb. It's all right. It's okay. Laura, I don't read. Okay, I don't usually read or watch TV, so I find news on internet websites like BBC for international news or ANSA for Italian news. Great. Yeah, very nice. Very, very cool. Yeah, we'll just reverse the read and usually read. But nice. Just to mention, guys, thank you very much for these responses. This is really very important for the lesson. When I can see your opinion, see your sentences, what you're saying. So some good interactions. Really cool. Thanks again. So this sentence I wrote, let's not get too wrapped up in fake news stories. Have you heard this phrasal verb before? Wrapped up. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Wrapped up means to be concerned or like too worried, too focused on it. To be wrapped up, literally like there is a cord or something wrapped around your body and it's really tight around you. To be consumed with something. Arianna, never. Okay. Yeah. We usually use the verb get to it with it, like, and most of the time we really use it in a negative sense, actually. Like, don't, like telling somebody else, to tell someone else. Don't get too wrapped up in all of that stupid stuff. Like, don't think about it too much. Don't worry about it, basically. It's mostly used when telling other people not to do it. Cool. All right. Here's a little thing to think about. Before you read the text, and yeah, we're going to read a text, guess what the news story is about. Okay, here are some key words or important words that come from a news story. You have lions, lioness, which is the female lion, right? Then you have people, killed, zoo, and odd behavior. Okay, what is this story about? I'm going to allow you a few minutes to write your theory on what you think this story is about. What do you think happened in this story? For me, maybe. Let's see. I think there were some people visiting a zoo, and they had some odd behavior, so they decided to kill some lions. You think that's a good idea? The people kill the lions? Maybe. Oh, Laura, I try not to read websites that are a bit fanciful. Nice adjective. Okay. Yeah. Or that try to report the news as there is always a conspiracy or hidden facts under any story. Oh yeah. I know, it's pretty scary. Sometimes we can trust social media like Instagram or Twitter more than news companies, right? News websites or channels, right? Nice thought. Good. Okay. Deb says, I think this story is about odd behavior of lions in the zoo. Or maybe odd behavior of the visitors of the zoo. Yeah, it's one of the two. One of those two options for sure. Who killed who? Who do you think? Because we have this verb killed, like somebody killed somebody. Maybe a lioness killed some people because the people had odd behavior. Maybe. I think it's a bunch of fake news. So, unless you have any more ideas, we can read this story. It's in another page, so I'm going to open that real quick. Boom. Oh, no. Okay. I think you should be able to see that. Let me make it bigger. Well. Here we go. Okay. Text. Animal experts are looking for answers after a group of lions killed a lioness at the Dallas Zoo on Sunday, right in front of a group of people. The zoo's Dr. Lynn Kramer has worked in zoos for more than 30 years. He said he'd never heard of something like this. Been together constantly the past 3 years. There are groups of lions in Africa with multiple males and females. We really don't know what caused this. One animal expert says groups of lions only usually turn on their family members if they are sick or display some unusual behavior. But the group of workers at the zoo isn't sure if the 5-year-old lioness was behaving oddly. So, very sad for that lioness. It's very strange to see a lions that kill other lions, right? Kind of odd. So, we're going to examine a little bit about this reading. Laura says, sad story. Yeah, unfortunately, that is nature. That's how it works sometimes. Yeah. But we want to examine some of the vocabulary and some of the words used here. Everyone can hear me first right now, right? Everyone can see. I think something weird happened a second ago. I disappeared for a minute, I think. Okay. So, the text uses group of very often. Can you change it to make the story more interesting? Deb says yes. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay. So rather than saying a group of lions, Laura, yes, it was all black, but now I can hear you. Okay, cool. Yeah, strange. Okay, it says a group of lions killed a lioness. Okay, does anybody know the name we use in English for a group of lions? Number 2, in front of a group of people. Can you use a synonym for a group? A group of people? Number 3, the group of workers at the zoo. Deb says some lions, maybe. Yeah, you can say some lions. Yes. We actually have a particular word that is used just for a group of lions, a specific word. I'll give it just a little time in case somebody else knows what it is. But we have 3, we want to look for 3 synonyms for the word group. Ariana, a lot of people, okay? You can say that. Sure, that works too. the group of workers. You can say a group of workers at the school or at a library. Two, committive. A committee, maybe? 3, employers. Oh, okay. We can say employees. Crowd for person. Okay. a crowd of people is a great one. Crowd of people is awesome. Yeah. We can say employees. The employers would be the zoo. Employees, the workers. So, number 1 is a pride. We say a pride of lions is the group of lions. And the leader of the pride is like one of these guys, the male. Laura says herd for the lions. Not for lions. No. Yes, the word herd is used for many animals, which means a large group of them. Yes, but for lions, it's a pride. It's the specific word. A crowd of people. Someone said that. Yeah, Laura said that. Crowd. Good. A lot of people works too. Workers, the staff. Cool. So these are called collective nouns. They are nouns that describe a group of something, right? Kind of a simple concept for people. For people. And I'll allow you guys to put in your answers and see which ones you can match up. I'll give you some other ones in the meantime as you're sending me your answers. Which ones do you know? Which ones do you not know? And we'll look through them all together after, of course. Here's one extra one I wanted to give you guys. A deck of cards, right? If you're playing poker or something like that, blackjack, you have playing cards, the box of cards, the stack of cards. It's called a deck of cards. Oh, okay. Nice, we got some answers in. Nice. Deb, crowd. Team, school, class for people. Those can all be used for people. Yeah, you're right. A crowd of people, a team. Also, gang is for yeah. A gang. Especially like the mafia gang. Laura, what is a flock? Perfect question. Deb, oh, sorry, I've misunderstood. No, it's okay. Yeah. Don't worry. We want to know more collective nouns like that. It's no problem. So a flock is a group of birds. So if we say person, we can say crowd of people. Wolf. And wolf is this, a pack of wolves. And like many words, the F changes to a V for the plural. Cool. Kitten. We call that a litter. A litter of kittens is when the mother kitten has lots of babies, right? There are many babies in her litter. Pretty cool. Players. Players are also a type of person, so team works for those. Fish. This, of course, is a strange one. I don't know why we call it this. A school of fish is you probably have seen them in the ocean, like 1,000 fish just swimming in the ocean. It's really cool. Now we got Ariana and now a team. Players team. Perfect. Very nice. Director. A lion down here. You've already discussed the lion. You said gang is for people as well. But we can apply gang to criminals, right? Criminals like thieves. What about directors? Does anybody know directors? Directors we call a board. Someone can be on the board of directors. If you are like the president of a company, if you are the CEO, the vice president, you're probably on the Laura director board. Yes, correct. Yeah. Nice, Laura. Perfect. I'm sure I know you typed it before. But yeah, a board of directors. The vice president, the CEO, is on the board of directors. Bird. Bird was a question someone asked before. Someone. Oh yeah, Laura said, "What is a flock?" I said it was a group of birds. We have a flock of birds. And you can say the type of bird as well. A flock of seagulls. Yes, there is a delay. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of slow. Okay. Now, someone mentioned before the word herd. Laura also said herd. So elephants are large animals. We call them a herd. A gang of thieves. A pride of lions we talked about before. And a class of students. Very, very interesting words, huh? Very cool. This one that I mentioned before, oh well. Yeah, this one that I mentioned before, a deck of cards. We haven't heard of elephants. Perfect, yeah. Here we go. So I told you that we call it cards, a deck of cards. And we have a funny expression that comes from this. I like this expression. He or she, whatever, or that person, he's not playing with a full deck. So, of course, that means there are some cards missing from his deck. But that means he's not very good mentally. Maybe he's a little bit slow. It's a funny kind of, kind of ironic idiomatic phrase, right? He's not playing with a full deck, so he has some cards missing. So for somebody that is not very smart, not intelligent person. Yeah, for me, that happens some days. There are some days where I feel like I'm not playing with a full deck. Some days are more difficult than others. Okay. Now we want to talk a little bit about subject-verb agreement when using these collective nouns. Singular or plural. Think about the collective nouns you have learned. What form of the verb goes with each and why? Okay, so number one, the board. So this would be the board of directors. We just call it the board. It's easier to say that. The board is or are going to dinner at 8 p.m. tonight, or 8 tonight, 8 o'clock. The board is or are eating with their families tonight. The team is or are going to the playoffs. The team were happy with their performances. Our staff meets every Monday morning to discuss new projects. Our staff works to provide good customer service. So, a lot to think about here. Interesting. This can be a very difficult subject, even for mother tongue speakers. Laura says the board is for number 1. Awesome. And why? For this sentence, that is correct. The very first sentence. For the second, though, it's a little bit different. Ooh. So for number 1, Laura, it is always singular, right? Technically, not always. As I said, it can be difficult to understand. The board is going to dinner at 8 p.m. or 8 o'clock tonight. The second one, the board are eating with their families tonight. So, why? Let's see what Deb says. I think that if the group acts as one, you have to use singular. In the second, the group is not acting collectively. Perfect. That's actually exactly correct. Yes, that is correct. The first sentence, the board together as one group are all going to dinner together. The second one, the board are eating with their families tonight. They're going to separate places and doing it not together, basically. That's it. Together or not together. That's what you have to remember. Acting as one, collective or not collectively. Cool. So with that in mind, what will we say for the 2 sentences in number 2? Also the 2 sentences from number 3. Laura says, wow, I didn't know that. Thank you very much. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm glad you got something new. Huh? Very happy about that. And this is something that most many mother tongue speakers don't realize either. Even though we say it like this, we don't really realize it. It's different when you have to think about it. Okay, let's see. So if I'm right, 2, the first is, and the second is we're happy. Correct. All right, as a collective together, the team is going to the playoffs. The team, we're happy with their performances because this is their plural possessive and performances plural. So you're exactly correct, Laura. Very good. Thanks again for your answers, Deb, and your answer, Laura. Awesome. And so for number 3, following the same idea, you can use number 3. And I'll show you in a minute as well. When it comes to speaking, there are sometimes some differences between UK English and American English. And I'll show you some example sentences. First meets, second work. Our staff, yeah, together as one. Yeah, our staff meets. And individually work. Exactly. A secondo. Nice. Okay. So how about when we're referring to these types of things? I want to talk for a few minutes about music groups, bands, or companies, sports teams. Well, sports teams we actually mentioned right here. So music groups and companies. Which one would we use? You want to think about the activities they do, and mostly the principle should be the same. However, when it comes to these things, companies and music groups, in the US, we generally use the third person to refer to the group. Okay? This includes music groups and companies. For example, these two sentences. Okay. Pink Floyd was a great rock band. Pink Floyd were a great rock band. So this is not really talking about verbs. So when you look on the slide here, this stuff, we're talking about is going, are eating, is going, we're happy. In this case, we're just talking about how great they were. And when we say Pink Floyd, the name of the band is singular. So in the US, we would refer to it as a singular thing. Always, like pretty much always. Pink Floyd was a great rock band. But in the UK, they would say Pink Floyd were a great rock band. However, if you look at this sentence, the Beatles, oh, I typed the word twice. Sorry. Let me redo that. You get what I'm saying. Not where. Oh, sorry, this one. Better. The Beatles were an amazing band. We say this in the US and we say this in the UK as well. Because the name, the Beatles, it's a plural name. So we use were. This is just one little tricky thing that is a colloquialisms for between the US and the UK. In the UK, they'll always say were for a band. In the US, we always say was, unless the band name is plural. Kind of a strange thing. Okay. So when it comes to the activities they're doing, though, stick to this, how they're acting, collectively or singularly. All right. We have just a few more minutes to do an interesting activity. And you can participate if you guys like. I'm going to share a different screen with you now. All right. Let's zoom this in. All right. Here are keywords. Now, your goal. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I know. It is kind of interesting. So, UK versus US is mostly like vocabulary, but every now and then there are some grammar differences. Kind of weird. So, keywords: gang, litter, kiss, steal, loud, comfortable. Try to see if you can write a small little story about what happened using some of these keywords. A small little news story, like a news, what do they call it? A headline. Create like a headline sentence for a news article using these words here. Or using these words. And try to use the correct subject-verb agreement when you refer to these groups. For example, let's see. A gang of thieves steals a litter of kittens from a loud but comfortable pub called Goodnight Kiss. Yeah. That was weird, but yeah. So let's see if we can challenge whoever. Yeah, we have some people still here in the stream, so I'll challenge you to come up with a sentence that uses all of these words. It'll be very interesting to see what we say. So as a review, as if you're writing as a review, but just while you're doing that, I'll remind you that a gang is a group of criminals. Deb, that's difficult with these words. That's why it's a challenge, yeah. Yeah, it's designed to be very difficult. Okay, the Kiss gang steal a litter. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Steve. Yes. Okay, as a group, they steals. You're right. Steals. Correct. Okay, again, a flock, a group of birds, a pack. A pack is for wolves or dogs, actually. You could say a pack of dogs. And dogs and wolves are kind of related, so they go together. You say a pack of dogs. Sleep. Oh, Deb. A flock of sheep run away from the shepherd while he was sleeping. Great. Great. But the shepherd was sleeping on a disgusting, broken bed. Something like that. And he broke his leg. Okay. Trying to reach them. Sure. But you forgot disgusting. It's an interesting experiment, yeah. Laura. I know. It's crazy. Hopefully when the school opens again, you guys will be able to do this focus in the school with other students. And because this activity, now it's kind of difficult with the stream and everything, but when in the school, when it opens again, it will be awesome. So when you do this as a group of people, it gets very strange. It gets very funny to hear everybody's different stories. Cool. Oh, Deb said, nice lesson. You're a terrific teacher. Really? Thank you. Awesome. Come to visit us in Maya's Geneva. Yeah, why not? Geneva's a cool city. Yeah. Cool. So I hope some of these new terms were interesting for you guys. I see that Deb enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Deb, for your answers, for your comments. Thank you, Laura, for the participation, for all your questions, for all the feedback. It's really cool to have that. So I'll see you guys hopefully in another stream one day. Yeah, I probably will see you in the stream, huh? Thank you guys very much. I'll see you next time. Have a great evening and try to remember some of these terms and subject verb agreement with is and are, right? Have a great night. See you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you, Laura. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.